enjoyed yesterday's show where we talked about food portion sizes. So now you know exactly how much food you should be eating at each sitting. So if you haven't done your cardio already, go do that right now. And we're going to go and hit the gym where we're going to do back, biceps and calves. So I hope you're remembering now to write everything down to make sure that you're accountable for everything that you do. Write it in your notepad and put it down in your body space as well. So go and make sure that you go and warm up now before we get into the gym, and I'll see you there. And the first exercise we're doing is hyperextensions. So this is going to be working our lower back and the erector muscles which run up each side of the spine. So as Jim is demonstrating here, put your hands on either side of your head. Make sure that the pads are just below the hip line, and then you just lower yourself down and then come back up until your torso is in line with your hamstrings. So you breathe out on the way up and breathe in on the way down, and that's your warm-up completed. So for the first set, you can put a weight plate at the bottom, and then you can pick that up and cradle it in your chest. This will add extra resistance to your torso, so you'll be able to reach failure at around 12 repetitions. If you find this is a little bit light, then move up. Remember to breathe out on the way up, breathe in on the way down, and don't move up too fast. Keep it a nice slow fluid movement. Once you've completed that set, do 2 more sets at failure before we move on to the second exercise. The next movement that we've got is deadlifts. So you might actually want to strap your hands onto the bar to prevent your grip strength from weakening first before your back reaches failure. So your back should have been warmed up now, so you can go straight into your first set. So you grab hold of the bar with your legs bent and then straighten up. As you can see, Jim is demonstrating here. He's keeping his back flat at all times, and he's keeping his head up. Be sure to do this so you can prevent any damage to your back. Now this will actually work your lower back, your erectors, and your upper and outer back. So it's a great all over back movement. Breathe out on the way up, breathe in on the way down. Once you've completed your set, rest for about a minute and do 2 more of these sets to absolute failure. Once you've completed the exercise, put the weights back and we can move on to our new exercise for today. This exercise is called chins. So you want to find yourself a chinning bar, like in the picture. Grab hold of the outer handles of that bar and you need to pull yourself up in a vertical motion. You can cross your legs behind, sometimes this can stop you from swinging. So pull your head up towards the bar. So when you're performing this exercise, make sure that you don't have your elbows pointing back or pointing forward, have them pointing straight out to the sides. Try not to swing too much on this exercise, just keep your body vertical at all times. Breathe out on the way up, breathe in on the way down, and get a good stretch at the bottom and a hard contraction at the top. Now if this feels a little bit too hard for you to perform, or to pull your body weight up, then you can actually put a platform below it like Jim is demonstrating here. So you can rest part of your weight on this platform, try not to push too much on your legs, make your back do all the work. So you can perform this exactly how Jim is demonstrating here. Once you've done this exercise for several weeks, you might be able to do it without the platform. Once you've completed 3 sets of that exercise to absolute failure, we're finished with back and we're ready to move on to cable curls, which is going to work our biceps. So first, put the adequate attachment onto the bottom shackle like Jim is demonstrating here. Grab hold of the bar and curl it up to your chin. Now remember, you did this exercise last week, so you might be feeling a little bit more confident to put some more weight onto the stack. Keep that body straight and head up. Get a good stretch at the bottom and a contraction at the very top. And try not to swing your body back. And once you've completed your warm-up set of the cable curls, it's time to jump into your first set. So remember, we should be reaching failure now at around 12 repetitions. So make sure that you don't swing back at all, you keep it very strict. And the only thing that should be moving are your hands up towards your chin. Keep your elbows still to your sides. And once you've reached failure on this set, rest for about a minute and complete 2 more sets, and then we're ready to move on to our preacher dumbbell curls. So remember, you did this exercise last week. Find a preacher bench, grab a dumbbell, and we're ready to go into the first set because you're already warmed up from the cable curls. So make sure the back of your upper arm is flat against the downward pad. And extend your arm down until it's almost straight and curl it back up. Try not to hyperextend when you're going down to protect your bicep tendon. Breathe out on the way up and breathe in on the way down. And once you've done 1 set on one arm, you move on to the other arm, and that's 1 set. And once you've completed 3 of these sets, we're going to move on to the new exercise of this week for your biceps. Now this exercise is called reverse grip curls. So try to find yourself either a barbell or an easy bar that Jim is using in this video, and you're going to grab hold of the bar with an overhand grip. Now this is going to work your forearms, and it's also going to help thicken up your biceps as well. So make sure you keep your elbows tight to your side at all times to make sure that you can get a good contraction throughout your forearms and your biceps. Keep your body straight, don't swing it. And once you've completed that set, do 2 more sets of this exercise to absolute failure. Rest between each set for about 45 seconds to a minute. And then we've done back and biceps, and we're just ready for calves. So the new exercise that we're featuring this week is alternate calf press. So you can find yourself a machine like this. If your gym doesn't have a machine like the one in the picture, then you can also do this exercise by standing on a step and just pressing out 1 calf at a time. So as Jim is demonstrating here, he's got 1 foot on the calf pedal and he's extending his foot out and then stretching it back up, keeping the legs straight and the body straight without using any momentum. So this is just a warm-up set, remember. So around 15 repetitions just to warm up your calves on 1 foot, and once you finish with the 1 foot, you're going to perform the same movement on the other, and then your warm-up will be complete. So remember, you're going to push out and then stretch back up. Make sure you come back up slowly so your Achilles tendon doesn't take all of the pressure, only your calf does. So once you've completed your warm-up set, you're ready for the first set. So you can put on more weight now to make sure that you actually reach failure at around 15 to 20 repetitions. So remember, you can do this exercise on a step with 1 foot at a time, with half of your foot hanging off the step, and you can just push onto your toes and then let your heels stretch out. So remember, keep your legs straight on this movement. Get a good contraction when you push your toe up, and try to put all the weight onto the ball of your foot. Once you've completed 1 leg, move on to the other leg and perform the same amount of repetitions going to failure. Once you've completed this set, remember you've got 2 more sets to go. Make sure you reach failure on each set and rest about a minute between each set. So once you've completed this exercise, you're finished for today. You just need to cool down for around 5 to 10 minutes, and I'm going to see you back at the office. So how was your workout? Remember to take your whey protein shake now along with your Batago, and later on tonight you'll be taking your casein shake, and tomorrow is a non-training day, you'll only be doing cardio. But come back tomorrow where I'll be telling you how you can limit your cravings. So when you wake up in the morning, have your multivitamin, and not long after, come and see me.